Flight chaos in Germany makes the trains much fuller than normal. Today we have seen the first pictures of Deutsche Bahn trains with the Starlines logo. Yes, hopefully it is just for the promotion and the presentation they have. I will show you pictures. Next topic, Michael O'Lear from Ryanair says flying will stay expensive and ticket prices will level up to 50% higher in average, at least for Ryanair. Then travel chaos in Germany. Bild Zeitung, which is the German, it's yellow press, and they have a headline which implies that one plane crashed, but nothing. They just have written LH202 missing, and that is a problem which is, in my opinion, not acceptable, but more after the intro. My name is Lars. I'm here to bring you more miles, more points, and more status, and of course your daily dose of aviation news. Please do not forget to subscribe, to hit the bell that you get notifications when we have a new episode for you online. Especially comment. Yes, comment or leave us a like. The first topic is Deutsche Bahn. Deutsche Bahn AG, the most loved and beliked company when it comes to transportation in Germany. The ICE Sprinter, or ICE like I call them, are really, really crowded and full. They say that they have 20,000 more passengers in the Sprinter. It's a 40% plus compared to the year 2019. But now comes maybe the downside. One of the biggest customers are the airlines. Yes, because of the missing flights, the airlines are rebooking the passengers into the trains. Yeah. But one step, of course, is making a lot of sense. That is that airlines are taking care of the Deutsche Bahn by inviting them to Starlines. Lufthansa did invite them, and here you see the pictures which was sent to me by one of our watchers or viewers. Watchers? No, the watchers is not. Viewers is a proper word. I'm German, I'm sorry. Of our viewers, Lukas Ohlich, and he did send us 3 pictures where you see the new design, hopefully only for the presentation, because when the windows are so small, why should you? You cannot look out. So I hope it's for the presentation, but now it's for sure that they are a kind of Starlines member soon. Yeah, hopefully. Today should be the presentation, and I will keep you updated tomorrow with the next episode. And a big increase for the passengers, or in the amount of passengers, is coming as well for the months of July and August, of course. The corporations, a lot of flights you want to get from Frankfurt, they are connecting trains towards the flight. It's called Zug zum Flug, or train for the flight, if you translate it directly. And this makes even more sense when you compare it to the Starlines members, that a train company is making their way into the Starlines reach. I'm hoping that we get a Starlines Gold. Any benefits? Maybe lounge access, upgrade voucher? I don't know. At least status point. That would be really cool. Lufthansa. Carsten Spohr. I saw a lot of comments now in our under our videos, especially under the German ones, or in the Facebook groups where people write, Carsten Spohr has to resign or has to be kicked out of the company. Why? Because the supervisory board has this special meeting which is coming on Wednesday. But Carsten Spohr himself said on an event on last Wednesday for the employees internally that his that they cancelled the PPV, which is the Perspektivvertrag, which means it's a contract about the minimum amount of aircrafts which are in the main fleet of Lufthansa, 325. So they cancelled the contract last December, and on the 30th of June it was finished. And the problem is, as this contract is finished, the pilots can go on strike. Yes. And SAS has the same problem. SAS is on strike. Actually, the pilots are striking. They're kind of going on. If I saw it with one eye, correctly, but I cannot comment more on that because I just saw the message. But returning to Lufthansa, the pilots can go on strike, the ground staff can go on strike, but Lufthansa CEO Carsten Spohr is not happy with his own decision. Of course, remorse is always the first step to get better, but what did they do? When they gave the people the golden handshake in 2020, they gave pilots who are above 55 6-digit number of cash. And if they have been a pilot for the 380 fleet, they got 35,000 on top. And now, no pun intended, but that is funny, 380 pilots did accept this offer. They thought first about 130, but Lufthansa got green and said, okay, we can get rid of them. And Carsten Spohr and the management board said, well, okay, let's do it. I mean, if you have 130 you want to get rid of and it's 380, that is more than 3 times the amount you wanted to get. And now they are getting the 380s back into service. I mean, the 380 was supposed not to come back, and that is the reason why Lufthansa said, okay, we learned to get rid of them and gave the bonus. But now they have 4 to 5 380s which are coming back, 14 pilots only active for the fleet who can fly the aircraft with a 380 rating. But they need more, 20 per aircraft. And if you do the math, if you have 5 380s, you need 100. So, see how many pilots are missing. In April, Lufthansa negotiated with A340 pilots from this program who went into the early retirement, and 30 of them came back and extended their working contracts. But, and that is the most important thing in my opinion, is Lufthansa needs more. And Steffen, who I quoted in one of the last videos about the 380, how it's working and so on, he's waiting for the phone call. Maybe they call him, even he's one of the expensive ones. But I think that this is now the right time to apologize to the pilots, say, oh, sorry, we didn't want to somehow cancel the contract. There was a mistake, maybe we want to honor it. And we should have been a little bit more optimistic, like Carsten Spohr said. But again, this would be now the right move in my opinion. What is your opinion? Comment in the comments section. What happened with flight LH202? That is written in big letters over a picture of an airline, which you don't know which one it is. But LH202 is the flight from Lufthansa leaving Frankfurt at 21:15. And on Saturday, something happened. The aircraft did not fly. At least it did not fly with passengers. Yeah. So if you have been a passenger on that flight, you got an email, and the email said, we have a gate change. So far, so normal. Then when the people arrived at the gate, they made an announcement with the PA system, sorry, this flight is cancelled. When they went back for rebooking and stuff, they were told, sorry, there are no flights available. So it's a flight Frankfurt-Berlin. It's not a big distance for an aircraft, but by train, it's, I think, 5 to 6 hours I needed last time. So, and at this time in the night, I think I would be very unhappy. But why is this in a German newspaper in the yellow press? Because the flight did fly, but empty. Yes, it was a ferry flight. Ferry flights are flights where an aircraft is positioned to a new destination or location just to fly then from there normally. So they took the aircraft and it landed at 22:57 or 10:57 p.m. in Berlin. And passengers did complain online. On Twitter, Lufthansa wrote, what in regards of the flight cancellation LH202, we are clueless, but we will ask internally. I mean, are you not Lufthansa? Don't you know where your aircrafts are? But again, this was a ferry flight, and that was figured out then by Bild-Zeitung, that is the yellow press newspaper, and they figured out that a couple of passengers were missing. Yeah, and it was this ferry flight just to maintain the service. I don't understand why this time aircrafts are going empty. But again, this is what I wanted to say. Why this news, which is a non-event, because it's, come on, in a newspaper to write about an airline who's flying empty instead of it's a F up. But anyways, the former head of Bild Zeitung and the founder of Story Machine, Kai Diekmann, 58 years old, that is what they mention, was on this flight booked, but he had to take the train, and until Sunday afternoon the luggage did not arrive. And they did investigate. This flight was cancelled also on Sunday. Yeah. So you see, mystery solved. But again, don't put this crazy headlines where you think that an aircraft is lost or something, which gives you always kind of a heart attack. I don't like this kind of messages. Michael O'Leary's message is flight tickets are too cheap. He says that due to the Brexit disaster and the outcome from the Brexit for aviation industry especially and for Ryanair is a bad one. What happened? They cannot get employees. Because of the Brexit, they have not the access to European employees who could come before. Just German passport could work in England. No problem. Now it's a process. And then he's talking like we know that he's talking. We had a Brexit managed, which was the summit of being stupid, but they are just stupid or they are just idiots. That was the quote, more or less. And he says that it's not only taking part in the summer chaos, it will always also be part of the increased pricing. And the other thing, which was for him comment worse, was that he doesn't understand when he's flying into Stansted and then taking the train into the city center of London, the train is more expensive than the flight. He says that is not understandable, but maybe your flights are too cheap. The flights used to be between 40 euros approximately, or in average was 40 euros. Now the average will be somewhere between 50 and 60 euros, still cheap. Maybe it is too cheap, I don't know. That you have to decide, do you think that it is too cheap because there is not the environmental impact included? What is your opinion? I'm looking forward to your comments. A milestone for an airline like Singapore Airlines is the milestone to fly from Frankfurt to JFK. On the 2nd of July 1992, the first 747 did fly 3 times a week over the Atlantic. Wonderful. They are very proud that they are successfully, even commercially successfully operating this route. And they say that they have so many commercial and touristic ties to the United States of America. Of course, they have from Singapore the non-stop flight, which is the longest flight of the world. So anyways, it's pretty cool. And they have nowadays another aircraft, not the 747, they have the 380R. R stands for retrofit, means the 380, which is outside the old 380, inside is brand new. They have the new suite, the new business class, the new product. So it's kind of cool. They have all 4 classes available. They have economy, premium economy, business class, and of course the suites. I think that the service of Singapore Airlines speaks for itself, especially when it comes to food selection. Amazing. Please comment down if you have ever been flying on Singapore Airlines, maybe on that route, Frankfurt to New York. I'm looking forward to your comment, your experience, what you have there to share. If you have pieces of news, if you have pictures, if you have videos, I'm happy to use those in my show as well. Please send it to me. I will use it if I think it is making sense. And mostly what I get from you, it's making sense. Again, thank you for Lukas. Thank you for Lukas Olich to send us the pictures for the ICE trains with the Star Alliance logo. Thank you for you. If you are subscribing, thank you. If you are hitting the notification button, leaving us a comment and leaving us a like. Thank you, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow at the next episode of Frequent Traveler TV Takeoff for your daily dose.